Hello and welcome to the Monroe Method Clancast. I am Jason Monroe and this is episode 33. Now the title of this one is probably going to be something along the lines of create a diet that you don't want to take a break from, or how to create a diet you don't want to take a break from. I want to try and blow your mind a bit with this one. I want to get you thinking differently about what dieting is. Because it's these light bulb moments and these realizations that, like, people think making progress is about trying to eat as few calories as possible or, seeing a number on a scale. Progress is what goes on upstairs in your mind. Your mindset is far more important than anything, because ultimately, if your brain isn't doing it, your body isn't going to do it. And the more light bulb moments that you can have, the more chances you have of finding lifelong success, not just short-term success. So, if I say to you, create a diet that you don't want to take a break from, you will probably think along the lines of, I need to make a sustainable diet. If I'm going to diet, I need to do it in a way that I can keep up with for the rest of my life. Or finding a way of losing weight that you don't want to go off plan from or off track from or anything like that. And that's not what I'm talking about at all. If you are a yo-yo dieter, and you probably are if you're listening to this or have done in the past, your life has been one long series of diet breaks, okay, of holidays. Yeah, holidays, I've kind of spoiled it because I'm going to talk about that in a second. In fact, let's go straight to that bit. So, let's say you're going to do Herbalife. Now, I call Herbalife coaches diet travel agents, because that's what most diets are, okay? Now, let's forget the dieting part for a moment and let's look at the thing that you're doing to gain weight, okay? Your normal daily diet. Everyone has a diet all of the time. It's not just something you do now and again to lose weight. The things that you eat, drink, and do on a daily basis, even the ones that are leading to weight gain, that is your current diet, okay? We all have a diet. The thing that, whatever time of day you're listening to this, the things that you've eaten today, that's your diet. The things you'll eat tomorrow, the next day, the weekend, weekdays during work, all of that is your diet. But you probably just think of the word diet as being that thing you do when you want to try and make your weight go down. But we always have a diet. The problem is, your current diet is leading you to a place you don't want to go. Now, you enjoy the foods you're eating, you enjoy all the stuff, the snacks, the alcohol, the takeaways, the pizza, everything else, right? You enjoy what you are eating. However, you don't enjoy the outcome of that. You don't enjoy that your clothes are starting to get tight. You don't enjoy that your work trousers are starting to cut into you. You don't enjoy the shitty sleep that you're having. The number that's happening on the scale as it goes up. So we have this kind of mismatch between the result that we're getting and the thing that we're doing, where yes, this all tastes great and it's great fun and all the rest of it, but it's leading me down a path that I don't want to go down. And this is when the first break kicks in. Now, going on a diet, this isn't about starting a diet that you can stick to, right? This is acknowledging that your life is one long series of taking breaks from a diet, because when the day that you decide to go on a diet to lose weight, you are taking a break from your normal daily diet. Okay? This is the part that I want you to really get stuck in your brain here. Okay? You're living in this world where you have your normal diet that leads to weight gain, and then the diets you do that lead to weight loss. And every time you bounce back and forth between each, you are taking a break. So your life as a yo-yo dieter is one long stream of taking breaks from doing things differently. So when I talk about creating a diet that you don't want to take a break from, I am talking about creating a diet that does not lead to weight gain, that does not lead to weight loss. Creating a diet that leads to weight maintenance. One that meets your body's needs, that you enjoy, and does not lead to your weight going sky high or going down. That's what I mean when I talk about creating a diet that you don't want to take a break from. And that's what I aim to achieve with every single person I work with inside Clan Monroe. Yes, in the short term, we are manipulating things to help them lose weight, but during the process, we're also teaching them everything they need to go on and maintain their weight on their own. I am trying to help them create a new normal. That's basically what it is, right? At the moment, your normal might be the thing that leads to weight gain, and then the diet is the thing that leads to weight loss, right? That's the problem that everyone has when it comes to yo-yo dieting. They do something for a little while, it makes their weight come down, but if they keep going back to normal, the same normal that led them to want to lose weight in the first place, they just get stuck in this endless cycle of going round and round and round. Whereas, if you can create a diet that you do not want or need to take a break from, basically finding a way of maintaining your weight by consuming a diet that you enjoy, meets your body's needs instead of exceeding them, that's when you've created a diet you don't want to take a break from. That's when you've created a diet that you do not need to take a break from to lose weight, and that you do not have to bounce back to once you've come to the end of a diet, okay? So dieting itself does not need to be sustainable. And that's probably what you thought when you initially read the title of this podcast, right? Create a diet that you don't want to take a break from. It is not about finding a way of losing weight that you can keep up months on end, because dieting does not need to be sustainable. If you sustained, like a calorie deficit is the only way to lose fat. If you sustained a calorie deficit and continually ate less calories than you needed, guess what would happen? Yes, you would die. You would fade away to nothing. Diets do not need to be sustainable, especially when it comes to weight loss. You don't want to sustain weight loss, because it would not be pretty. Instead, and this is the way that I do things, right? I can't speak for how other people do things, but this is my own kind of take on it and the way that I've built Monroe to work around, where I teach people how to live within their means, okay? Not exceed them, not consume more than they need. I teach them how to live within their body's limitations by teaching balance of diet, but also working massively on their mindset, because that's, like I said, the brain decides everything else. You think of your body as a computer, right? And we all have the same computer. Everybody's got the same computer. We all have a human body. Yes, there are variations between us all, but at the core of it, we all have a human body. What is it that makes one person different from another? What makes one person's weight different from another? What makes one person go on to become a billionaire and someone else not? We all have that same computer, and it is all down to the software running the computer. And it's the software that runs your brain. So mindset, like I say, is one of the biggest things to work on, because that's your software running the whole show. So we work on teaching diet balance. We work massively on their mindset. We do that through talking about their history with yo-yo dieting, their goals, their self-limiting beliefs, all the other things in between that might hold them back in the future or not support them in the future. And then we manipulate the numbers through calorie counting by making sure they are consuming less. So when it comes, when someone's went through their time with us, they've went through the full transformation, mind and body, lost the weight that they wanted to lose. Throughout the whole time that I've worked with them, we've also created this wonderful balance of nutrition that they can now go on and carry on with a bit more freedom, because we're no longer trying to lose weight, so the whole calorie side isn't as much of a priority. If they continue to look after the balance of their nutrition most of the time, their weight will not do anything. It'll naturally fluctuate, like at Christmas time and through the winter, it'll go up a little bit. And as the days get longer and warmer, it'll come down a little bit. Natural seasonal weight fluctuations will be the norm. And if you can help someone achieve that, then you have helped them create a diet that they do not need to take a break from ever again, because their weight doesn't go anywhere. so they don't reach that point where it's like, right, time to go on a diet again. So they don't take a break from the weight gaining diet to follow the weight losing diet, and then take a break from the weight loss diet to go back to the weight gain diet. Does that make sense? So when it comes to creating a diet that you do not want to take a break from, do not just think of the short-term weight loss thing. It's much bigger than that, because you are constantly wanting to take these diet breaks, because despite how much you think you enjoy eating the way you do and drinking the way you do, and it's leading to weight gain, in the long term, you're not really enjoying it as much as you think you are. In the short term, yep, that tastes great and that buzz from that drink is great at the weekend and all the rest of it. But in the long term, you don't enjoy it as much because it's leading you to a place that you're unhappy with, and it's forcing you to then do something that you don't particularly want to do, like having to have less to lose weight. So that short-term enjoyment is actually leading to longer-term misery. But you can create that diet that you can both enjoy and doesn't lead to misery. And you'll enjoy it more because you will not be spending 3 to 6 months of your life every single year having to undo the high level of enjoyment you think you've been having. So if you're going to take anything away from this, let it be this one thing. In order to lose weight for life, in order to make dieting a thing of the past and not your future, you need to create an entire diet, not just a short-term thing, an entire diet, an entire way of living, in fact, that you do not want to take a break from. And once you do that, that's you found the secret to lifelong success. Now that was quite deep, but if anyone has any questions or if anyone wants to talk to me about this, please do so. Reach out to me on social media, drop me a message on Instagram, that's the best place to get me. Or you can send me an email to my personal address, jason@munronutrition.com. But let this be a little snippet, a little positive stepping stone on your journey towards moving away from the yo-yo diet life to the lifelong maintenance life.